Howdy, howdy, everyone. Hope you have a fantastic day. It's day 2 of our Las Vegas trip. We are headed to, or it's day 3 of our Vegas trip, sorry. Yeah, it's Sunday. So we're headed to the Grand Canyon today. We're headed to the Las Vegas sign. We're headed to the Painted Desert. It's an 11-hour tour across all of
the United States.
Not the United States, Tina, but Nevada and Arizona for sure. We're getting into Mojave Desert. It's going to be awesome. Really excited to go. Let's get out there. We'll get some coffee first. Starbucks first. Let's go. I like this guy. This spooky link. It's cute. Alrighty, here we go over to the Starbucks. Pick up our Mocha Loco Foco Loco Choco Noca. Here's my morning brew. Getting that morning brew. And there goes Jenny. I'm telling y'all out there, trust me, that Jenny McCarthy's father is in that cab right there. But you got to trust me. You didn't get to see him, but just know he's there. All right, there is our tour bus or tour van. You can see an AC unit on top, so we're going using Max Tours. Should be fun. Nice big van to drive around in. Here's our van. You can see it's a very large van.
Were you on the top of the bus?
There's Dom and Tiff. They're with us. There's Dom and Tiff. Team. We're waiting for Pam and Lee to get on. They should be here any second.
Yeah, man.
Over here is the T-Mobile Arena, which was the UFC fight last night where we lost all our money. So that was good. And there is the home of the Las Vegas Raiders, right there. Is that, what is that? Reliant? Is that no? Allegiant.
Allegiant's a local airline. They fly to about 50 regional airports and Vegas.
Gotcha.
We were all surprised when they got their name on that stadium. We figured it'd be Caesars or MGM.
Right.
But Allegiant signed a 50-year deal.
Oh my
goodness. The Raiders play home games, it'll say Allegiant.
Oh wow.
Longest stadium naming rights deal in history.
Wow.
Well, good morning, everybody. All right. Well, my name is Thomas, and this is the Grand Canyon Tour. Now, the itinerary for today's adventure. Our first stop is the Welcome to Fabulous Las Vegas sign. We'll be there in just a few minutes. It's just down at the end of the strip. Has anybody been there yet?
No.
Can you picture what it looks like? It's pretty famous, been in a lot of movies and stuff. Anyway, when we get there, we're going to park, get out, walk over. I'm going to help with pictures today, so you guys will stand beneath the sign group by group, and I'll use your phone, take a lot of pictures of you guys standing there under the sign. And then when we're finished with that, it's off to 7 Magic Mountains. Has anyone looked that up online yet? Seen pictures?
I have.
Anybody have absolutely no idea what that is? Usually like half and half. All right. 7 Magic Mountains is an art installation in the desert. It's about 15-20 minutes past the sign. We'll be there. When we get there, same thing. We're going to park, get out, walk over, get some pictures, and get back to the van. We've got snacks and drinks. I've got some muffins and bananas and Fritos, Cheetos, Doritos, a whole bunch of the Etos. There's a cooler filled with drinks. There's Cokes and not Cokes and fizzy water, and Starbucks coffee drinks are in there. Lots of water. Got to stay hydrated today. It's going to be hot. We're going out to the desert. So if you go through 2 or 3 bottles of water over the course of the day, you'll be just fine. But don't wait until you're dying of thirst and then slam a Coke. That is not good for you. That's his, yes, all right. And then when we are finished with that, it's our first toilet, bathroom, washroom, restroom, loo break. We're going to be stopping roughly every hour as we go through the day. Lots of quick stops. Encourage you to take advantage of those. I'll always let you know when the next one is, but they're roughly an hour apart. And after that, we are off to Hoover Dam, which usually gets a woo at that point.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Kind of dark in here. Right. Has anyone ever been to Hoover Dam before?
Yes.
Yes. When were you there?
About 20 years ago.
Oh my. Okay. Well, 20 years ago. You're gonna notice a difference with the lake level. The water level is down. I'll talk about all that when we get there. When we do get to the dam, we're gonna drive right across the top of the dam. We'll have the Colorado River on one side, Lake Mead on the other. We'll have time there to get out and walk around, walk across the top of the dam if you want to. Visit the gift shop. They have a wonderful selection of refrigerator magnets, which is a popular little gift. And then when we're finished at Hoover Dam, it's off to the Grand Canyon.
Yay!
There it is.
And there it is, the Las Vegas sign. The famous one. Very exciting. The National Historic Places list, 1959.
In her design to include in some subtle way something from the hotel business and something from the casino business. She did a great job. It's become an iconic image of the city. She never got a trademark for her design. She never even applied for one. So to this day, the image of the sign is open for anybody to use for anything that they want. So the shape of the sign's a bit unusual. But if you're old enough to remember when hotel rooms had a key, like a metal key that went in the door. Remember the plastic keychain fob? Just about every hotel in North America had that same shaped keychain. That's what she did. Take the ubiquitous hotel keychain, turn it on its side, and that's the shape of the sign. And then in a nod to the casino business, there are 7 silver dollars. The word welcome spelled out with coins. Slot machines used to use real coins back in the 1950s. And so some places still do. If you look at the letters, it's probably the letter C is the easiest one to see. You can see the date, little ridges on the side of the coin. And it's kind of hard to see where we're standing, but this big green thing is the body of a guitar, and this is the neck. We're standing on a big old guitar.
Look at the airport. We're right next to it. Private jets. You can hear them running over there. Already feels a little warm out, even though he said it was only going to be 95 today, which is nice.
That 10,000 years ago. That's what the Mojave Desert looks like. It's not a sandy desert. It's kind of a gravelly rubble situation out there. So construction just began. It's going to be a huge project right here. Well, I say they began construction. They put this fence here and parked these vehicles there. So that is the beginning of construction. This is going to be a big train station. This is going to be the terminal for the high-speed rail. Project's going to include what they claim will be the world's largest food court. So I guess they're trying to make the train station a destination unto itself. It's going to have a big casino, a hotel with 3,000 guest rooms, and what they claim will be the world's largest disco ball, the world's largest mirrored ball, which they are very proud of that thing. They found a way to mention it 3 times in a 2-paragraph press release. This is the Mojave Desert. Almost the entire state of Nevada looks exactly like that. Just hundreds of miles of wide open unused land. These western states typically have one population center and then a whole lot of unused land. And Nevada is exactly like that. Right now we are in Clark County, Nevada. 3 out of 4 people who live in Nevada live right here. And the counties in these western states are massive. Right next door to us is a county called Nye County, Nevada. That one county is more than 18,000 square miles. There are 7 U.S. states that are smaller than Nye County. Belgium would fit inside Nye County, with room for Connecticut and Rhode Island, by the way. The Netherlands would fit in, and there's only about 50 people that live in Nye County. You have some ranchers, and then there's some people out there preparing for doom. You know, the Doomsday Preppers, you guys ever heard of them?
Oh, yeah.
Sure. That was created and installed in 2016 by a Swiss artist named Ugo Rondinoni. And what Ugo did here was a big sculpture done in the style of land art. Now, land art is a style of art that emerged in the 1960s. A group of international artists collaborated with the intention of creating a style of art that could not be bought or sold. And what they came up with was something called land art. They called it earth art at the time, but it's now known as land art. Now, the defining characteristic of land art is to take natural objects that are found in nature, and then arrange them or display them in an unnatural way.
No. It is really pretty out here. And you can tell if you were here at nighttime, it would be still as could be. It's just desert. They just got a art display out here in the middle of nowhere. It's just nothing. Look at this. It's quite the view here. You're out in the middle of the desert and there's literally nothing there.
Crazy girl.
And Tiffany's climbing them over there. freshly painted. Actually very pretty, very colorful. I can vouch that this is
He's gonna get to Utah.
real 100% rock.
He's gonna get to Utah and be like, "Oh crap!
We went the wrong way.
Which one goes first?" I think there's a pole just going right through.
Yeah, that's crazy.
This was the Eagles colors.
I know. That is the Eagles color. Green, white, and black, silver.
Oh, that one's Eagles color.
He must be an Eagles fan.
Oh yeah, Philly.
You gotta get with the Eagles colors.
This one is very, very bright. Very pretty. I love it. So the ground here is all this gravel and rock, which is rather interesting. And then over there you have the actual desert. You can see there's not very many tall plants out here. It's all low shrubbery. I can imagine being out here back in the day, back in olden days, 200 years ago. There's nothing here. It's just this for miles and miles. Absolutely crazy. So that is a actual, I don't know if you can see it in there. It's the sandy, there's no life. I know, we should walk out. He said it's like 3 miles away though. It's an actual lake bed. That's crazy. And the guys are walking off. They said they're tired of civilization and they're heading out to the desert. They're looking for rattlesnakes. So there you have it, y'all. That was 7 Magic Mountains. How cool was that? Out in the middle of nowhere. It was art.
Once upon a time, you had Henderson, a couple of miles of open desert, and then Las Vegas. Well, it's been built in as one place for decades. Henderson is home to many distribution centers. For example, over here on the right, this is Levi's. All the Levi's that go out to North America pass through that building. Henderson's also home to the Las Vegas Raiders training facility. And much of this construction is new. It's probably not hard to imagine none of this here. It wasn't long ago that none of this was here. The residential area of Henderson, again, the population of the valley has about doubled in the last 20 years. And many people live here. Henderson's filled with young families. You look down any street and there's just miles and miles and miles of houses with bicycles, basketball hoops, you know, lots of kids everywhere. A lot of people moving here from neighboring states due to the home prices are much, much lower here than they are other places. Anyway, Henderson is a large place, but it's not a tall place. So we're going to be driving along through Henderson for quite a bit. Boulder City is over there. It's about 20-something miles from here. And again, once we get out of Henderson, we'll be driving past Boulder City, which is the home of Hoover Dam.
We have reached 100 degrees already.
So, why was this dam built in the first place? And why on earth did they put it way out here in the middle of nowhere? Well, it was the late 1920s, and people wanted to move to Southern California, but there were 3 big obstacles with that. Problem number 1, the Colorado River. Now, the mighty Colorado River starts in the Colorado Rockies, runs through several U.S. states, and makes the Pacific Ocean at a place called the Gulf of California, which ironically is in Mexico, but still that's what happens. Now, there happens to be 2 Colorado rivers in the United States, believe it or not. One of them goes through Austin, Texas. That was a beautiful river. It's about 700 miles long. That river's named after the state of Colorado. This Colorado River, the big Colorado, is more than twice the size of the other Colorado River, and it was named Rio Colorado in 1777 by a Franciscan monk who was basically calling it the Brown River. Now, when we see the river in the canyon, it is very brown, but this water that we're about to see at Lake Mead is very blue, very, very clear. So anyway, the 3 big problems were the flooding from the Colorado River. We got to get this river under control. People were hesitant to build in an area that would likely flood. Understandable. Problem 2 is where are all these residents going to get their drinking water? Sure, the Pacific Ocean is right there, but desalination was still science fiction back then. And then problem 3, where are these new residents going to get their drinking or their electricity? So by building the dam exactly where it was built, all three problems were solved at once. If you look out the front window, you get our first look at the giant oasis that is Lake Mead. This is a tiny corner of Lake Mead. Lake Mead is a massive lake. It is the largest man-made lake in North America. It's also the largest reservoir in North America, which surprisingly are two different categories. The shoreline of Lake Mead is more than 500 miles around. Right there, that water is the drinking water for New Mexico, Arizona, Southern California, Southern Nevada, and Northern Mexico, the country. There's nearly 50 million people getting their daily water from that lake. Now, the lake level is down. Surprisingly, it has nothing to do with the fact that more people live here. All that water that everybody's living on in the Southwest, all it is the snow that melts in the Rocky Mountains. That's it. The reason there's less water here is because there's less snow there. Also, the increased temperatures have affected evaporation considerably. So, as recently as the early 2000s and the 90s, 80s, certainly in the 70s and prior to that, there was much more snow in the Rocky Mountains than there is now. But there's still plenty of water. The depth of the lake is not measured in terms of how deep is the water, because it's a canyon. They built the dam at the front of a canyon. So when the river hits the dam, it doesn't just back up and spill out into the desert. It filled the canyon. That created Lake Mead, provides all the drinking water, stopped the flooding, and then a big hydroelectric power plant was built on the front of the dam to provide electricity for the new residents in California. So the lake level is measured in terms of the surface of the lake in relation to sea level. Because it's a canyon, right here it's very deep, over there it's not deep at all. So how deep is it, right? So that is what's done. All right, right in front of us you can see the truck and that bus on the road. That is the new road made possible by the bridge. Prior to building the bridge, the top of the dam was the way that people got across the Colorado River. The people who built this project were absolute geniuses, made the right moves at every turn, and they turned the top of the dam effectively into a bridge. That is how you get across the Colorado River to Arizona. And if you are in Arizona, conversely, that is how you get to the northern United States. You just drive across the top of the dam. And that worked great for decades, until Henderson became a distribution center. Suddenly, the road became a traffic jam of trucks. And it was frustrating for the trucking industry because they didn't know how long it would take to get through here. And it was frustrating for those of us visiting the dam because basically just sitting in a truck stop the whole time. So everyone knew something had to happen. But building anything out here, look at this topography. Building anything out here is difficult, dangerous, expensive, and time-consuming. This was a massive construction project, the largest construction project in American history. More than 20,000 men worked for years to make this happen. And driving across the top of the dam to get to Arizona and back across to Nevada worked just fine. But eventually they knew they had to build a bridge. This is not a normal area of the country. You don't just drive a few miles and use the other bridge. There is no other bridge. If you wanted to go to Arizona but didn't want to drive on the dam, the detour was more than 100 miles out of your way. So on the right you can see the new road over there. They just didn't know how to build like that back then. But the new road, again, made possible by the bridge. So look at this topography. Imagine your name is Frank Crow, one of the lead engineers on the project. He is credited with being the driving force behind this. There was no one company large enough to handle this. This is way too big for the Army Corps of Engineers. This needed a group effort. There were 6 major construction companies in the West. They had been direct competition for each other, didn't like each other, and Frank Crow was the man who got them all to sit down in a room and convince them to stop whatever you're doing. Let's work together. Once this thing is done, you guys are going to have more work than you can possibly even imagine. And they agreed. They put Frank Crow in charge because he always brought his projects in early, ahead of schedule, under budget. And all the workers loved him because he insisted on top quality food, top pay, top living conditions. He was also the one who said, we're not going to put these guys in tents. We need a real city. And it was beautiful. Again, schools, hospitals, dance halls, bingo parlors, shopping, trees. It was a really nice job. So the workers were happy. Frank Crow used to say, "Men who are working hard will work harder if they can smell good food cooking." So his secret was a sheet pan full of bacon, slowly on the oven, 24 hours a day. The whole valley smelled like bacon. And he was tasked with building the world's largest dam, the world's largest hydroelectric power plant, 2 massive concrete processing facilities, a series of roads that hang on the side of the mountain to get the equipment out here, a series of railroads that tunnel through the mountain to get the heavy equipment out here. And that was all before they even began building the dam. So this was a big, huge project. They finished almost 2 years ahead of schedule, and Frank Crow received a cash bonus of nearly $350,000 upon completion, which is a lot of money today, but back then it was a lot of money, generational wealth. All right, we have to go through a security checkpoint here. You don't need to do anything, just sit there. They may or may not open the doors. I have to hop out and talk to these guys for a minute. If they do open the doors, just smile. They start asking questions, the answer to every question is no. Logo of the Bureau of Reclamation. I'm kidding, no one recognizes that because no one's ever heard of the Bureau of Reclamation, but it's a cool logo. It's a drop of water with Hoover Dam inside.
It's unbelievable out here. The amount of construction and the work that they've done to build this and the people that lost their lives is incredible. Absolutely incredible.
So the last time we were here, we had to drive. They didn't have that big bridge, right?
No, they were still building it. And everyone was coming over this thing
Because I
here.
remember it being real busy.
Yeah, the bridge is unbelievable also. Just the how high that bridge is up in the sky. Incredible. You can see the water line. It's really low for the river, Colorado River. Unbelievable. Water is perfectly blue. A greenish blue, let's put it like that. Perfectly greenish blue. But truly remarkable.
Yeah, sure, let's get you in the corner here. Yep, just right over here.
Yeah, and up there it says 91 degrees, but in the van it said 109. It feels more like 91 than 109. It doesn't feel terribly hot out here to me. Wow, that's insane. Look at that. I know. If you drop your camera, you're never getting it back. That's crazy.
Want to go downstairs?
It says no public access. Danger, keep off the wall. Yeah, I'm not gonna be sitting on this one.
You sat on the other one.
I sat on the other one, but this one looks a lot more, the fall looks crazy.
Are my friends coming?
Yeah, they're back there.
Heck.
Oh,
Somebody
wow.
look, they lost their hat. Don't be losing your hat, puppy. I'm holding on to my sunglasses because I don't want to lose my sunglasses. There's a lot of hats out here.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff dropped down there. Look how impressive that is, though, y'all.
Man, they have a really nice hat down there.
Look at this, Tina. This is insane. What a view. What a view. If you press that code on that thing, Tina, it spills everything out.
Open the dam.
Yeah.
So which side is the lake? That side?
Yeah, the other side. This is
This
the
side is
Colorado
the
River.
river?
Mhm.
It's not the real Colorado. It's an imposter.
No, this is the real Colorado.
Oh.
This one's twice as long as the one over in Texas. Now we're going to walk to the Lake Mead side of the dam. I love the color of the water. And just think that this water is used by 50 million people, which is rather incredible.
So where is Arizona? When we crossed over there is Arizona?
Yeah, Arizona's on the other side.
No, the back of us, right? Because we were just over there.
Arizona is, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I don't know where I'm at.
Let's see what Google Maps says.
Yeah. I thought he said we couldn't get to Arizona from this. We had to be on the big bridge.
No, it said it was a thing that said.
I saw that too, but I thought that's what he said though. See, it says Arizona time. Is this the side of Arizona?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's not possible. There's an Arizona intake tower. That's got to be Arizona right there. Yeah. I would think that's Arizona. We don't. Hoover Dam mascot only acted as if he owned the dam, but without a doubt he owned the hearts of its workers. Aww. The mascot often occupied himself chasing ringtail cats through the dam's tunnels. He was also known to challenge visitors' dogs, which were not allowed at the dam.
This is his grave?
And there's his grave.
Read his little sign. The saddest thing I've ever seen.
The Hoover Dam construction crew's mascot was found as a puppy by the workers in the construction camp. The dog traveled to and from the dam site with them and spent his days visiting the many work areas. February 21st, 1941, the life of the devoted animal came to an end when a truck under which he was sleeping rolled over him. The grave below was completed by the workers later that same day. Oh my goodness gracious, that's so sad. They have a Hoover Dam cafe and a Human Dam mercantile store. They have a big cooling station here, fan that just blows nice cold air on you. And they got a cafe that has coffee and ice cream, but it's closed. Alrighty, we made it inside the gift store here. Looks like we got a little cafe over here. No unpaid items left beyond this point. It's like gifts, food, snacks. And then over here we have our all your tchotchkes, gift stuff, Hoover Dam memorabilia. We have a lot of dam jokes. Here's your dam sign, Hoover Dam. Dam bait and tackle. Got your souvenir pens for $6. That's a hat pen. This is a token pen. Another dam joke, my big dam mug. There you go. Lots of cups.
There's a lot of damn jokes.
Yeah, I know, there's dam jokes everywhere. Dam bait and tackle. Lots of cups. We got all your snacks here. We got some trail mix. Tina's looking at some trail mix. Ooh, chamoy. That's a good one. I got some gummy bears, some hot
Boston baked beans.
Yep, hot Boston baked beans. You gotta love those.
That's right.
Yeah, hickory barbecue chips.
Butter toffee or honey roast?
What?
Which one?
There's just so many decisions. The honey roasted is the normal. Yeah. Got all kinds of frozen goodies there. Snickers bars, Dibs, Haagen-Dazs. Come up here and get yourself a little snack while you're walking across the dam.
You getting something? What are you getting?
There's a bar and bear. So this is our little snack here. Tina got the dips. We got a little sandwich here, a little turkey sandwich with some mustard, some nuts, and they got a chicken breast bites, fully cooked chicken breast. Alrighty, back in the van again. Here we go. Here we go. Max Tours back in the van. Alrighty, we're going to end the video here. It's a good breaking point. I decided to break this into two videos just because of the length. The Hoover Dam was majestic. It was absolutely overwhelming just knowing the people and the sacrifices that were made to build that dam. And then Seven Magic Mountain was something that you don't see often out in the middle of the desert, you know, colorful, artistic rocks. Both of them stop and make you think. And I cannot wait until you get to see the Grand Canyon and our experiences there. So definitely come back for part 2. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. You know we love you guys. Live problem free. Bye.